Huion really does impress me every single time that they upgrade their giant drawing displays because I always feel like I'm getting a high quality product. I've tested different displays, I would say, from different brands, but I have to say that when it comes to more accessible displays, such as the one right here from Huion that they offer, they genuinely make the best ones for color accurate work. Huion actually went ahead and sent me their latest Huion KAMVAS 24, and while I'm very happy with it, I will be addressing all of my thoughts in this review. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Before we continue, don't forget that I have a Twitch channel that you can go ahead and follow me on for live microphone reviews and much more than that. But you're also going to find my Instagram and a link to the Tech Summit Discord in the description. So come join the community because it is a pretty cool one. We've also opened up a Patreon as of late where if you join, you'll be automatically entered to win one tech gadget every month in our exclusive giveaways. Details to that are going to be down below. Don't forget to check out the description for everything. Now let's get right into the video. For this month, we're going to be giving away a Razer Siren Mini in white, along with one piece of merch of your choice from the Tech Summit merch store, and we're going to be reaching out to you at the end of this month, of course, because that is going to be for the August giveaway for patrons, of course, and if you're interested in that, links to the Patreon are going to be down below. So let's begin with an unboxing. It will come in this giant box from Huion, and inside, there's going to be foam to protect this display. You will also find the many accessories like the stylus, the display, and power cables, instructions, a power supply, the adjustable stand, the glove, and the display itself. There's just going to be a lot that comes in here, and I mean, come on, it is a pretty big box after all. The exterior design does consist of plastic. This, as expected, is a very large and very heavy display with a glass screen on the front. You're only going to find the best since that's just the direction that a lot of drawing displays have been going as of late. Now, you got yourself a kickstand that is incredibly strong and allows you for quite a few viewing angles too. As for buttons, you're just going to find some directional buttons, an OK button, and a sleep-wake button for this display essentially. Then lastly, you're going to find two USB-C ports and the USB-A port as well. This display also has a bunch of exhaust vents in order to allow this display to just cool off more efficiently. And thanks to this, if this display does not have any kind of hotspots that I have noticed at the very least, and it does remain at a pretty consistent temperature, which is just about room temperature, I suppose. Now, this is a 24-inch display running at a resolution of 2560 by 1440, which is the perfect resolution for the kind of work that you will be doing on this display. This is a very beautiful display with the wide color gamut that allows for dynamic colors, and it does allow color accurate work over here. Like, you can actually trust this display when it comes to color accurate work. And while it doesn't really get extremely bright, its brightness is not really an issue here if you're using it indoors. And to even help with that, this is also going to be a matte display, which means that it does a very good job at avoiding glare from other light sources. It's a great display, as I'm actually used to seeing from Huion by now, and I have zero complaints about it thus far. When it comes to the stylus, we've actually got the newest one from Huion that features two remappable buttons, and it's just as comfortable as ever, really. However, this stylus in particular is going to have a better pen tip to work with, a smaller tip with a longer stem, which means that it bounces back even more quickly when applying pressure on it and then removing it as you go. And it's also better at detecting how much pressure you're putting on there and slowly transitioning into a finer line, which is something that I very much appreciate. Now let's go ahead and talk about performance. I use this display for color work, but most importantly drawing and animation. I mostly stick to Sketchbook Pro for drawing and animating, but I like taking my frames into After Effects as well to add some special effects and to input a proper 3D background as well. And let's discuss the drawing experience first though. It is going to be really good. The included stylus has less travel than previous models, as I did explain a little bit earlier, which means that it is going to be faster to execute commands with it, and it is going to be a much faster bounce back after applying pressure. Pressure sensitivity is very good here too, and would even go as far as to say that latency feels pretty minimal here. Obviously, there is still some, but I find myself not being bothered by it whatsoever. And though this all allows me to also be more efficient when it comes to animating. And I tend to be less detailed, I would say, when I'm animating, since in animation, both the entire process is going to be insanely time consuming. Hence, I tend to focus more so on the style itself and the fluidity rather than the extreme details. But I did still go into further details with it, like just to see how detailed I can get with this display, and it was pretty fantastic. Coloring on this was also pretty great, thanks to the fantastic color accuracy here. And by the way, I did go ahead and test out a couple of different software such as Clip Studio Pro, Sketchbook Pro obviously, and Photoshop, and it was all a fantastic experience here. And yeah, I can definitely strongly recommend it to people who need a drawing display to use that kind of software on it. And I even went as far as using After Effects with it, even though maybe it's not the best for After Effects, but I did still appreciate it if I only want to have everything in just one display. And now I just want to go ahead and talk about other ways that this device can improve, or some hindrances I would say that some might come across. So personally, I would like to see more buttons for customization and adding shortcuts to them. So like more buttons on the display itself. To be frank, I do miss having these, and it's kind of disappointing that I only have 2 buttons on the pen to work with. I would really love to see an eraser tip be added to the next upgrade too for their styluses as well, since it will really come in handy and make drawing on this feel even more natural, even more organic. On my side, that's really all that I can think of in regards to any kind of improvements or things that they could have done any better. And that's pretty much everything. This is a very, and I mean very, great device. This is a 24-inch monitor that offers a lot of room for artists to work with, as well as offering great colors, a matte display for a more realistic touch to drawing, and more. I really like this display, and I will be using it full-time for my animations in particular, and since that's how I mostly work. And now with that said, I can strongly recommend this to artists of just about any kind, since you will really benefit from the utilities offered by this display. And not to mention that this is a high resolution screen at 1440p. That's beyond HD. So have fun, go nuts, but most importantly, stay productive. So yeah, highly recommend it. And if you're interested in purchasing this device, then I'll be making sure to leave a affiliate link down to Huion's site, as a matter of fact, down below. And if I can find it on Amazon, I will try to leave an affiliate link down to that as well. If you were to use either of my links, then I would very much appreciate it. It would help out the channel quite a lot. And yeah, I would give you a very massive thank you for that. I would like to give a very special thanks to all of our Tier 3 patrons, which are going to be Saad, Alwazel, Omar, and Joe Moss. Thank you so much for all of your support, because it really, really does go a very long way. Now with that said, on to the rest of our Tier 2 patrons coming right up. And this is super important. I would just like to give a very special thanks to all of our patrons, which are going to be listed right here on the screen. Again, a massive thanks to you all for supporting us to help us create the kind of content that we bring to you on a day-to-day basis. And thank you so much for supporting the Tech Summit podcast as well. And just remember that if you would like to be a part of this community too, and then do make sure to check out the links to our Patreon, where you don't only get bonus episodes of our podcast, but you also get automatically entered into one of our monthly giveaways of a tech product that we have reviewed that is of at least $50 in value or higher. So links to that down below. And don't forget to follow me on the rest of my social media, such as my Instagram and my Twitch, where I do stream fairly often. And with that said, this has been Francisco from Tech Summit. Thank you for watching, and I will be seeing you all later. Enjoy.